In order. All right.
Father, we just thank you for this opportunity to be here this evening, dear Lord, and we just ask that you be with us as we go through the business of the city. We ask, Lord, that you give us the wisdom that we need to make the proper decisions and continue to run our city. We help that we make those proper decisions also to be pleasing to our population, dear Lord. We just ask all these things in your name. Amen.
Amen. Mr. Young, please pledge allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Y'all got all your quarters on? All right. All right, everybody. Good evening. All right, in your packet, you've got the minutes from January 21, 2025. Do we see any corrections? All in favor of the minutes? Or do we have a motion to approve the minutes? Motion, we have a second? We have a second. Discussions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
And all opposed? We'll move into committee reports. I think we'll start over fire. Lisa, you're helping, well, yours on the agenda, but go ahead if you want to.
Okay, sure. As you guys recall, at the last meeting, Jake the mayor formed two new committees, one of them to look at our city health coverage for the employees. We formed a committee, and I'm the chair. Tina Butler is the co-chair. Also serving are Kevin Swain from Ward 3, Kenny Wilson, Tyler Roberts, and citizen Carolyn Brooks Ellis from Ward 1. And so we had our first meeting last Friday, and we approved a scope of work for the committee, what we'll be doing. We looked at a timeline with milestones. That was all in the packet you received last Friday. And I think Jan has a couple copies here if anybody didn't get a chance to look at it. And we're meeting again this Friday. Also this week, the employee satisfaction survey is going out for the employees who are already receiving coverage. You know, what do they like? What would they like to see? Just to kind of get a sense of, are we meeting the needs of the city's employees? So our goal all along will be before the current contract expires to see if we need to make any changes. We may not need to make any changes, but we're going to look at it because this is one of the largest expenditures that we have in our budget. So, any questions?
Thank you very much. Ms. Reynolds.
You always have something.
Thank you, Mr. Nucis. We do have one item. It has to do with pay, and we're going to go to the closed session for that. But as I told the council last meeting, that our best are rapidly losing our time. So we do have, the chief has found a 50-50 grant that will pay for half the vest. We'd like to go ahead and submit that grant. We do have monies to match that 50-50 whenever it
How many
comes.
vests are you buying?
We're looking at 20 is what we need. You know, we would like to get that to where, as I talked with Councilman Carter.
What's the cost?
Pardon me, at $20,000, $23,000.
So the 50% will be 11.5
That'd be,
our part.
yes, sir.
Where's that money gonna come from? I knew you would.
We have the funds
Okay.
to take care of that if
Okay.
I was hoping that you were gonna submit those funds, but apparently I'm gonna have to be on the hook for it, but we'll make do.
Okay.
We'd like to get those to where they didn't come all
Mm-hmm.
bad at the same time. So Chief and I will look at this and see what we can come up with, and maybe we don't have to buy all these at one time again. And also there is a traffic group.
Good afternoon.
Let's make a motion.
You can break it up, or you're gonna have the same brand to buy
You can't sneak up on anybody,
some
can you?
later, or? If you don't buy all of them now, will you have the grant at a later time to purchase more, or?
That's what I had to talk to the chief about.
On
Okay.
on what, now? On the
On
vest?
the vest.
We usually have to replace these about every 5 years,
Okay.
and the majority of our vests are expiring
Correct.
this year. So we'll kind of get ahead of the game and try to get the best and everything ordered before they all expire.
Mr. Pell said
we
you
got-
might try to buy some now and some later on. If you do that, will you have the grant money available at a later time?
If we
We'll
can.
always look for it again in 5 years when they come up to expire, yes.
Okay. Let us know if you're gonna buy 20 or
I need,
less.
do I need to make that in form of motion?
Yes.
I'd like to make that the motion for the second. I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second, to approve spending for a 50/50 grant for bulletproof vests.
Yes.
Questions, discussions? All in favor say aye. All
And that
opposed?
is coming from your budget, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Put that in the minutes.
Tough on you tonight.
Is it coming from the line item budget or is it
Excuse
coming
me.
from
It's
reserve?
coming from the budget. We haven't
Decided where it's gonna be,
designated
okay.
that
Yeah, yeah, let's put it in
yet.
good.
Yeah, but kill it.
They've got it.
All right.
Okay.
And our traffic grant, I'm gonna let the chief talk about that. We need to get a signature on it, so.
Okay, it's that time of year again to renew our MoDOT traffic safety grant that we get every year. This is for our DWI enforcement and for our speed enforcement that we do. This paid officers overtime money to come in and work these grants. And I have to have the council and the mayor to sign off on this, so basically saying the city will support these efforts. We do this every year. Again, next year we're doing the same thing. So if y'all would just sign these before you go home tonight, and I'll get them turned into MoDOT tomorrow.
And that's an essential part of our.
Yeah, if you don't sign it, then we won't get the grant.
We are, and,
How big is the grant?
One of those are for the traffic, or for the speed grant, the other one's for the DWI.
the amount of money.
Amount of money?
I think, for the DWI, it's right around 25,000, and for the speed grant, it's right around 13.
Yeah, Chief, I think you've gotten in about 30,000 in this fiscal year in income from it and spent, you
On
know.
both of them?
It
Yeah,
lagged a
between the
little
two,
bit.
yeah, we spent well over 30 this year,
Yeah.
or in 2024, I'm sorry. Is there any other questions? That's all I have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Chief, that's all I have too, isn't it?
I hope so.
That's all for the police committee.
All right, sir, thank you.
I don't have much other than I wanna ask the department heads to start working on their preliminary budget request for next year. April 1st,
That's a good thing.
to have something turned in so we have a lead time and try to work on those for the next budget year. And try to fine tune your line items a little bit closer again this year.
All right, thank you. Mr. Palmer.
Terry, I have a question for you.
There's no period.
You can go ahead and ask all you want.
I told you my vision was really bad. Gerald has been working on a project for me. We've had a lot of complaints on the, where the dead ends are over on Michael Street and Honeysuckle and that area. And Gerald's been putting some signs up for us to warn people it's a dead end. I was told in the last 24 hours it's already improved by about 80%. And so they wanted to say thank you to you for getting those up that quickly. Anyway, I'm not sure if we require an ordinance to put dead-end streets or some kind of sign up to do that. That's why I was gonna ask Terry about that, but we've got temporary signs up right now. So,
And they may open that back up. And down on the end of Honeysuckle, I thought they were just gonna close it while they tore down the building. But they still got it closed off, so I don't know.
Well, it's that whole, all those streets that are dead end, it's a problem for them right now. They're all searching for ways to get through. So, I just wanna let everybody know that we're dealing with that. And we've got temporary signs up, and we'll check in with Terry later if we need to have an ordinance on it. And, but we'll do whatever we need to do. But, Gerald, what else do you have?
I didn't get anything.
You're good? All right, that's it then.
I also wanted to inform that Mr. Young has accepted the role of chairman for, the,
That's what you get for not hearing.
he will be looking into, or he'll be forming a committee, and he'll be looking into the liability structural insurance for our city. Again, another large,
Yep, expenditure.
expenditure.
That's good.
All right, also, need department heads, thank you all for getting your inventories turned in. A good time. I think Jen's got everybody.
Mhm. Really
So,
appreciate it.
Thank
Well,
you.
that's our first step.
Yep.
You know?
All right, Gerald or Tyler, y'all have anything? No, sir. All right. Well, I guess we'll move on into unfinished business. We have a vector disease control contract. Do you all have that contract in front of them or not?
No,
We did
not
last
from-
meeting.
We did
Yeah.
that
I have a
last-
copy here if you wanna look at it.
We have now, one change has occurred, a couple changes. We requested information of how often they spray and the amount of trucks and what have you, but the price did change. We came to a preliminary agreement for a price of $7,810.86. That's less than what was initially brought to your vote, or to your attention. It's not in paper, but I've been assured that they would honor that price.
Yes. That's a 3% increase compared to what they proposed, about 7% on the
Right.
last meeting. So half of the increase.
Is that for ground coverage, air coverage? or
Right.
Both.
Yes.
Both?
Yeah, that's everything, so the airplane's gonna be guaranteed for 4
You
rounds.
go up to the podium, please.
Okay. The airplane, we're gonna, I've been haggling on this, but, oh, that's something recording. 4 rounds, and it used to, if we had the money left over, we used to have a little money left over, we could run it some more. So we've had some problems with aircrafts, long story there, they crashed this and that and other. We have a new aircraft company we've acquired out of Mississippi that we've had dealings with for many, many years, that's gonna be designated for our area. So hopefully.
What type of an airplane is it?
Twin engines, I'm not certain what they have now, you know, we've been running the Aztecs and stuff. I'm pretty sure these are Aztecs, I'm not gonna swear to you I'm exactly right on that. Of course, they have all the GPS systems, the flow systems, everything, you know, to keep it, they can offset it, if, you know, with the wind and so on to get the town right, so they may end up flying an area over here and it looks like they're just spraying half a town or a quarter of a town, but yet it's getting covered. So, we're gonna have the airplane, we're gonna have everything we've been doing, the disease monitoring, the whole match. You know, it's not just the trucks, we do the larviciding, we're here weekly doing the larviciding, briquettes, ingots and drainage area, catch basins, liquid larvicide with the trucks, all that. Including, then the last thing you do is adult side.
So that's 4 separate springs with an airplane.
Yeah, we'll run that rascal 4 times through the summer, and we always try to, and I've always, this is my spiel to begin with, and what I've always tried to do is guarantee it for the 4th. The problem there is, it may be within 3 or 4 days, or it may be the day before the 4th, because we got other people wants it too, Jonesboro and so on. So we try to make, one of those runs, we try to make the 4th of July, you know, better with. And then we utilize it as the counts go up to unmanageable, to knock them back, try to handle better. So, anyway, we'll keep working at it, and if we have some, you know, I don't know how they'll get that budgeted, but if we end up wanting to get, they should say in there how much an aircraft run will be, you know,
It
if
does,
we have
yes.
to go past the 4th run. I was kinda enjoying that before, because we was doing quite well with it. That airplane's a bomb, it is, it's just so darn expensive.
Do you monitor the mosquitoes, is that what you do?
Yes, sir. So we keep up with the species, the amount, and different things, different species, different ways of killing them, the chemicals, affect them different. Okay, like your Culex mosquito, for instance, it's a disease-carrying mosquito. If it gets some stagnant water, then that's something to really worry about. You really can't eradicate mosquitoes, but those particular mosquitoes, you can pretty much eradicate them, okay? You get rid of the problem, right, the sewage, whatever it might be. Long story short, abundance of mosquito is your anopheles. Comes off rice fields and such, which is your malaria mosquito, which is the pesky rascal. They're a lot harder to kill, okay? Some of these you can use, you have to change your dosages of your chemical, you have to change your chemicals up, keep from getting resistance. There's a lot of things to this than just running a dulcite truck, you know?
Maybe you'll knock a gnat down too while you're spraying.
That tends to happen, but gnats they do get rough at time around, don't they? I know. I know. Yeah, they was, every year during the fair, they seem to come out. But I think there's a bunch of mosquitoes out there for me to kill, so.
That's a good question.
Yes, it does. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir, thanks.
And you get us a new contract. You get
I'll
us a
have it to
contract.
you tomorrow.
Okay,
Yeah, don't be any problem.
thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion that we approve your signature on the new contract at this new price, 78.10.86.
78,
Yeah, 78.
Yeah, 78.
Second.
86 cents.
And Bill, 70.
Any discussions?
I just have a question about the spring. You talked about timing for the 4th of July.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
think in past years, we've also tried to do the first week of September, when we've got two big outdoor events,
Yeah.
the
So-
cruisers and the Fall into Arts.
Just keep me on it. Here's the kicker, we're gonna have to, depending on every season, there's variables. So if it's really bad, we may not have that airplane, we may have done used it up. But we'll still pull some extra trucks in and do what we need to, okay? If we're able to manage and hold that, then we'll have that fourth run maybe, maybe not. But we'll pull some extra trucks in, we'll get all our chemicals like it should be, so we're not over applicating and everything, and we'll double up the situation and do what we need to try to help matters.
Thank you.
Including wherever the area is, do a barriers set up there too, okay?
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, the square of the city park
Yeah.
would be great.
Any more discussion? The motion on the floor is to approve the contract at $7,810.86. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes.
Just a second.
Mr. Palmer. See you. Take that.
Thank you.
Okay, we're gonna go, item B is marked out, so we're gonna go into new business. Anyone have new business want to bring to the table?
You don't make me.
Go for it.
Okay, so, we had heat, as you all are aware, thankfully. So, when I got out of the meeting, insurance meeting on Friday, Seymour Air had dropped an invoice by for, changing out filters. And I will tell you all, when this heat went out, I made some calls, and then Duncan's was able to come and give us a price, and I checked with Mr. McVeigh, and since this was, it was 11 degrees outside, we needed to get that done. Seymour Air I was unaware, I did check for contracts. We had no contract with any company for these services. And I checked to see how much we paid whom, and since 2019, we've spent about $49,000 with Seymour Air, and during that same time period, about $3,000 with Duncan. So anyway, Seymour Air is now saying that they had changed out our filters throughout 24 and once in 25 at no charge, but since we did not select them for this unit, they left a bill for $850 for changing 6 filters in the year 2024 and one time in the year 25. If there is a contract, we've looked every place we know to look, or some kind of service agreement or anything. I couldn't find anything. Doesn't mean that there's not some somewhere, but anyway, so we would need approval to pay this, so I'll leave that open for discussion. You want to see it?
I don't think we need to pay it. Because we didn't have an agreement, and you came after the fact and bring a bill in and say, nah, I'm mad, I want to get paid for this.
Well, if there's not a motion, it dies off like a motion.
Had they provided the units that went bad, had they were the existing units provided by them? Why were they doing the filters, I guess? Why did they?
Well, I was told afterward that they did the other units, so I guess that's why. And I did notice some of this, Mr. Roberts is a fire admin office, also had a new unit or something, since 2019, that's as far back as I went.
Yes, we've had one since then.
Who installed those units?
SEMO
That the filters were getting changed on?
SEMO Air. Which I didn't know who was doing the filters, I just see a guy, somebody come in and, you know, I hadn't really paid attention to that till.
Normally you have an agreement, you can't just, after the fact, bring a bill in and say,
Yeah,
I don't know, X amount of dollars for,
I received 2 phone calls on why 2 different people weren't asked to install that, especially Seymour Airs. We put in the other units, why would I contact you?
Mhm.
And so he said, I've been out there changing filters, taking care of everything for you, and you put a unit in that I could put in at a cheaper price. And why wasn't I contacted? I had no answer for him.
Well, and, you know, I'll put that on me, it was recommended, I called Duncan and I did, and after not finding any kind of contract. I didn't know who put in the units, I didn't check that far at that point in time. It was 11 degrees.
Yeah, with, you know, the temperatures were, I mean, it was,
Sure.
so.
The, kind of the reverse of that is in the summertime, we had the air conditioning unit go down in the dog pound. And they came out on a Saturday and installed it for us as an emergency situation. I'm saying this is, but, I know they were very good about, getting it all taken care of to help out the dog pound.
You're talking about SEMO?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like since we weren't able to put it out for bid, that we should pay them for the work that they did. It would be a different story if we put it out for bid, and that we should explore having a contract going forward so that it's serviced periodically, like many of us do
there
in our
must be an
homes.
agreement, though.
Well, yes, to have one in place. I think it's really unfortunate that we did not have one, but I also think, you know, we want to support our local businesses.
I agree with you, because they come out here for a reason. Somebody told them, yeah, go ahead, just probably verbal.
Yeah.
Also agree with what Steve's saying, but I think we ought to pay them. You know, just make sure the next time we got an agreement.
I'm in agreement with both of you. I think, they've done the work, we should pay for the work. You know, I feel bad that we, didn't put that out to bid. I understand, why it's happened, but I got two local businesses that contacted me and wanna know why, they weren't asked to at least bid on it. And so I think in good faith, we should pay them for the work that they've done. And in the future, if we have an issue, we should, get a bid on it. And I understand, you know, temperature, but still, we didn't get it done when we needed it.
We have taken bids in the past, and like you said, Seymour's gotten 49,000 worth of.
Yes, I did look it up, you know, and, yeah,
So we have been good with it.
we have,
But I don't have a
you
problem
know,
paying.
$49,205 since 2019, in the same time period, 3,013%, so.
Do we need a motion to pay that?
You want
If
to-
I
so,
make a motion.
I make a motion that we pay the bill, the
I'll
Dunkin'
second that.
invoice.
I'll take care of that, and I will see
Now we gotta vote on
Johnny
it.
and
We
know.
gotta vote on
You
it.
got a vote
Oh,
on
I'm sorry. Okay, it's okay with me.
it. Discussion. All in favor of approving this, bill, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
No.
And I will include a note to Johnny, apologize for whatever breach.
Do we need to make a motion
I
to,
don't think you need to,
You know what I'm saying?
No.
Well, I mean, I hate it, it's just one of those things.
What is is the bid gonna be, on the service work, or is it gonna be just on the filters, or are we?
we're not doing
We're
anything.
not
This
doing
is,
anything now.
we didn't know this was happening, and then
It
we got a bill
happened-
delivered in our,
But you said something, we said something about putting it out for bid, though.
In the event that we have this catastrophic failure on another piece of equipment, we will bid that out, rather than just call it one
Yeah,
contract.
but what about the filters? Because they need to be periodically changed.
We need
There's gotta be an agreement.
Yep.
does the new unit come with some kind of warranty
I'll have to
or?
check that.
I'm sure there's a warranty to it.
Filters?
Yeah, there is a
We're
warranty.
talking about filters,
There
but
is a
warranty.
warranty. I didn't
If-
have a copy of that.
If not, I mean, I'm guessing that SEMO's not going to be providing filters anymore for the ones that are up there that they have in the past. And so we need someone to be doing the filters for all those units going forward.
When you get that check, I'll send us a contract.
Yeah, we can
Bid it out.
Bid it out, yeah.
Right, maintenance on the HVAC.
So if we bid out the whole thing, whoever we bid this to is gonna be doing a filter too.
But if we bid it out, for the filter change and the service of the work, that's what we need to put a bid
Yes,
on.
for both.
Service
For
and
both.
filters.
Is this for this building or is this citywide?
Who's doing it now in the other buildings?
Yeah. SEMO is doing the fire department also. Is that correct? Changing filters in the new fire building?
The air filters?
Yes.
We changed those.
Y'all changed
We
those?
bought the permanent filters, so we have to get them out and wash them every month and then put them back in.
That's the best option.
You got that in the house.
I got this one.
How about that? Street department, they'll probably change your own filters, don't you?
So, I can count on you, Bill, talking like that, good.
You can contact, places in town to see what their service is, to replace, to service and replace the filters in there, and that you can go see.
Servicing too.
Yes. Service and filter.
Well, okay. Any new business that you brought? Okay, I got a couple of items. Well, yeah, I'll keep it new business. We did kick off our rental inspections this month. You've got a report of it laying in front of you. Looks like we had 23 inspections for January. Looks like all passed but one. There was one tenant who tried to get an inspection but was refused due to the fact that they trashed the place they were living in. They left a mess there and they had to, well, they had to do restitution to the current landlord before they move again. And so that was taken care of and their current landlord was happy and signed off on it after that. So it does work both ways. But it's all right there in front of you. Any questions?
Yes, sir.
You have it's, what do you got?
Oh, I was just gonna say that, well,
Well, sir, it's not, if you have something to say for the council, it has to be on the agenda.
oh, okay, well,
You know, we can put you on a meeting, for the next meeting if you like.
yeah.
Just call City Hall and you can be placed on the agenda.
Okay, when would that be?
It'll be 2 weeks from tonight.
You have to call in before Friday, before the meeting.
Or if you tell me tonight, I will put you on the agenda. for
Yeah,
next
she can go ahead and do
week.
it
Tell me
right now.
tonight, you will be on the agenda for next week.
Yes, ma'am.
And what's your name, please?
David Miller.
Grab his phone up, too.
And your phone number, please.
573, 551, 1606.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Have a good night.
You do. But, y'all have any questions on this report? Seeing not, a couple items. I want to,
Oh, Mr. Mayor,
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
sorry, I do have a question. At the last meeting, we talked about some landlords had not yet registered, and they were going to receive notices. And I'm just wondering, has a time period passed that we sent out those notices that they need to be registered? Or
Yes,
licensed and registered?
We sent out about 30 notices, I believe. As of right now, we have 14 that have not registered of those 30. They were sent out and the due date is the 15th. So after the 15th, they'll be receiving citations.
and I'd like to see if they'd work both ways. You
Yes.
know, like we called a.
Yes, it was very good. I mean, and we had a little, on the paperwork side of that, they came in to to fill out the application to get a rental inspection. Well, they had the person that they were moving to sign the exit one. So we had to do a little research and find out where he was moving from